On today's episode, we're down at Abbey Motorsport to test the performance upgrades on the Corvette that we made in the last video. We've got a new bigger turbocharger and a cooling package. If you've never been on a dyno day, we're about to take you through the full experience. It can get pretty sketchy. Horsepower, baby! 900 horsepower! I'm not crying, it's just the 85. I think they broke the dyno. And I'ma do it again. Watch me. Then watch me do it again. Tell 'em I can't take no loss. Good morning! We're here at Abbey Motorsport. We're here for a full day on the dyno, see if the new turbo makes the power that we want, and come along for the ride. Basically, we're going to take you along throughout the whole experience and get to see what it's like for yourself. There's a GTR, absolute missile state, 700 horsepower. You never get bored at Abbey Motorsport. There's always something absolutely awesome to look at. Good start to the day. You know they're working on the right stuff here. You got this. Come on. Dorito power! Come on. Hey! Oh, she got the brap. Just to know, it is like 5 degrees here, so just remember that when you think of these cars not being good to start. It's cold. We'll do this one, mate.
Around 700 horse at the wheels.
700 on the wheel?
Yeah.
That's mad. VQ powered. Yeah. It almost becomes like level. Yeah. I know, I just need to try and see something. Oh, fuck. Yeah. Summer mode. Right, quick update. So we've made it past level 1 of getting into the dyno. Bit of a challenge here. Now the next step is to get the car onto the dyno itself. So Abbey Motorsport has what they call a hub dyno. So that means that we've got to jack the car up, put some adapters on, and then the dyno motors go straight onto the wheels. And that's unlike a rolling road style dyno where you can just drive on and you leave the wheels on the car. We're just performing a quick spanner check here on all the V-bands around the turbos. It's had its heat cycle, so sometimes things find their little place and loosen off a bit, so don't want anything coming loose. So with this upgrade, what we're hoping to achieve is lower intake temps so we can run more boost. More boost, more power. So Mark will get up a dyno chart from what we achieved last time, which is about 800 wheel horsepower. So anything below that, it's not good. That means we've gone backwards, spent thousands of pounds and got worse.
No! God, please, no! 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 No!
Every time you come to the dyno, it's always nerve-wracking. Like, especially when you've got a new build, that's the worst. You know, you come in here, you've spent, tens of thousands of pounds potentially, getting the thing ready, done all your checks, you're hoping it's all good, but you're basically just having to step aside, trusting somebody else, and hope that what you've done is right and what they do doesn't hurt the engine. Because it's all about extracting power, but not too much power, because too much power, if you go over the safeties, is that's bad time. So it's always a nervous experience. Personally, I find when you're in the car driving it, drifting it, like at that point, zero given. When you're actually standing here watching it and the engine's doing the same thing, it's terrifying. I'm not sure if that's because you're next to the engine, so like waiting for something to explode, or you can just hear it differently. But yeah, it's a terrifying experience, and something always crops up. Maybe it's something that comes loose, something starts leaking. Hopefully that's not going to happen today, but yeah, really exciting to see what happens now. So we have to do a little bit of setup first. We've changed some fans around, so a bit of setup on the laptop to do, and then we can get in. We're going to run it on base boost pressure first and see how that performs, and then just start building from there. It's all about building slowly to get the best results and have something that's safe but makes good power. Quick update. We are just changing over some wiring settings because we've moved the fans around. We used to have the radiator fans and the charge cooler fans kind of staggered, and now with the new radiator charge cooler setup, they're sandwiched together. So now we've got the two fans doing one job basically. It's a lot neater, and it means you get much better suction. So here, yeah, so you've got charge cooler fan generic.
Charge cooler fan there, yeah.
That's
so
probably
got fan 1, fan 2.
Yeah, so there's two outputs for the old fans. They're not doing anything anymore. So
it's all on the charge cooler now.
Yeah. Because it's so loud, we've got the special Dyno silencer that we run. You can actually kind of hear yourself talking next to it with that on, so it's kind of nice. I'm not crying, it's just E85. Louis, what's your first impressions of E85? No idea if you're in the camera.
This is toxic.
So we've done a quick run trying to warm the car up. The first thing we realised is the new radiator and the brushless fans are so effective, we're struggling to get the temperatures up. So we're just adjusting how we control the fans because the old settings are just too effective now. Just did 900 horsepower on the gate. Without Mark, without gate pressure. Almost 900 on gate pressure. It works.
Right, I'm just going to go to the toilet. So we can have a look through the
That's how excited Mark got. He needs to go to the toilet now. Yeah. Right, so we've done the first run, which was pretty exciting. Not revving it to the max. I think we stopped about 7,500, so 1,000 below the normal rev limiter, and we made almost 100 horsepower more than what we did before. But so now we've gone and looked at all the settings. The boys are going to make some adjustments and see if we can play about with it, get some more torque in the bottom end, and just make it safer as well. So I just sat on the sofa, you're not probably getting the full experience that you're in here. Like, I can't describe how hectic it is when the car's revving flat out and you're stood next to it indoors. The stench of E85, we saw my eyes earlier, that's bad enough, but the noise and everything's starting glowing hot red, it's terrifying really. Round 2, let's see how we get on. We out of fuel? Yeah. Oh yeah. We're out of fuel. I guess I need to go mix up some more. What are we saying, boys?
So we got 57 degrees IET at the end of the run. That was to 8 grand basically, 7.9. We started for 26.
Oh, my throat. Ethanol. Bit much. So what we're doing now is just mixing up some E85 premix. So E85 is a race fuel with 85% ethanol, and then the other 15% is race fuel. So the good thing about ethanol is that when it burns really clean, so on rotary engines that suffer from carbon buildup, having a clean burning fuel really keeps them in top condition. Another good thing about ethanol is that it contains oxygen, so you can make more horsepower. So it's good all around really. But the only downside, fuel economy is even worse, because you need about 35% more fuel than you would running on normal fuel. But it's not a daily driver. So. The reason we add two-stroke oil is to lubricate the apex seals and the inside of the combustion chamber. So unlike a normal engine, which runs, the engine oil will lubricate the bottom of the pistons, the rotary engine doesn't have that. So in factory form, they'll inject engine oil into the combustion chamber, but that engine oil doesn't burn so cleanly, so that leads to a lot of soot build-up and leads to failure. So if you've got a high-performance rotary engine, pre-mixing is the only way really to guarantee that it lasts for a long time. And then you've got to give it a good shake. And I like to sing this song like... I think it's that E85 fumes.
Yeah, it is.
What a day. Now I've got more reasons to shop at Morris than in my head. So that's run 3. We started adding some more boost down the bottom end. Originally we lost a little bit of torque down the bottom whilst we gained at the top. So now Mark and Chris are just putting in some more boost at the bottom, and it's already jumped up like 200 foot-pounds just on that one run. So we've now got good torque up to about 5,000 RPM, and then it's starting to drop off a little bit, so they're going to change some settings, and if we can keep that up, it's going to be an absolute monster.
5, yeah?
So
15?
Round 4. We hit the boost cut on that one, but that was 700 foot-pounds of torque in a rotary. So on that run then, it was aborted halfway through. So it got to about 6,000 RPM and then it hit a boost cut. So we turned out we had it set to boost cut at 1.8 before, because we were only running the car at about 1.4 or 1.3. But when it hit 1.8, it did 700 foot-pounds of torque at 6,000 RPM. So she is really going places now. So now we're going to try calm it down a little bit and raise that boost cut and see what happens. That was 900. That's 1,000 horsepower, isn't it? That was about 930 horsepower at the wheels, so that's 1,000 horsepower, right, Mike? That's 1,000 horsepower.
So we started off the day, we put it back to base boost, so whatever the spring pressure is, I think it was 1.3, 1.4 bar. So with the bigger turbo, it flows more air, so it actually increased the base boost from what the old turbo used to run. We run it a bit richer just to be safe, just to make sure the numbers, just make sure nothing goes wrong. And then what we're going to do now, we're going to just lean it off, run it a bit more boost for it, see if we can get 1,000 horsepower, hopefully.
That'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it'd be lovely to get 1K out of it.
Sounds good.
Yeah, it does sound really cool up there. And then, we're just going to flatten the boost off at 1.8 bar because it just rolled over to 1.6 at the very top end at 8 grand. So hopefully they'll hold the boost and that will carry the horsepower up. So difference between tuning your conventional piston engine versus a rotary, whereas a rotary, we tend to tune kind of like a two-stroke engine. So more on the sound of it and whatever they really like. So if you like to run richer, you'll hear the note change of the engine, and it's more crisper note means it's making the horsepower, and that's where you really want to be. Whereas a piston engine, you're playing around with the AFR, leaning it off. Will it make more power? Maybe making it a bit richer. Sometimes it makes more power. Most of the time you lose a bit of power out of the cars. But yeah, and then ignition timing, you can run piston cars into what we call like det, and then pull it back a bit. Or sometimes you're det limited, so it overruns a certain amount of ignition time. Whereas a rotary, if you det it, that's it, game over. So you've got to be quite conservative on your ignition timing, otherwise you'll be rebuilding your engine pretty soon.
That's good for the camera. I think we broke the dyno. Right, so update on that last run. I think we just exceeded the limitation of the dyno. I think Mark said the last time that happened was with Bagsy's GTR, and this is only a 2 litre, so things are getting spicy with this added boost. So now what we're going to do is run it in a higher gear, which then will mean that we can kind of eke more out of the dyno without hitting the limit. So that was in 5th, now we're going to go in 6th, and that's a little bit different, should help us keep the dyno sweet.
But the valve.
Nice.
Right, quick update. We've made 980 horsepower at the wheels. That's a huge improvement. Last time we had 800 when we left here with the old turbo. So now we haven't even started pushing it. There's more boost to be had, but when you're at a dyno, it's a bit like playing blackjack. You know, you can keep saying, hit me, and at some point, it's not going to end well. So we're pretty conservative still at the moment, but like, I'm so excited to drive this. It's insane, noticeable power difference.
The big 4 numbers.
Yeah, 1,000 horsepower.
Yeah, 1,000 horsepower. No valves involved.
No valves are hurt.
No.
Don't have to worry about valves getting dropped into pistons.
Yeah, all good.
So yeah, ready to test it. So
As they say, more boost or a bigger turbo and more boost is the way forward.
yeah, so G45-1500, chef's kiss on that. We're gonna go test the car tomorrow. Got something special going on at Goodwood. Pretty exciting. Can't tell you much more right now, but yeah, it's going to give us a good chance to fully shake down the car and see what it's like, because you could spend hours fine-tuning things on the dyno, and that might be fine for road racing, but drifting, it just doesn't correlate completely. So we finish it off on the track. Hopefully,
Pass the data logs through and
send the data logs through, and
make sure it's all good and send it.
and then we'll be good to go. And then, by the time we get to fast forward 3 or 4 months, we've got the Volvo, basically copy and paste, right?
Copy and paste the map across.
Copy and paste the map, yeah.
You can drop it in an email, don't even have to come here.
Well,
No,
you've got
no,
to get your
no.
numbers.
Yeah, the Volvo's got to do 1,000.
Got to
Yeah.
do 1,000, yeah?
Yeah, we've got to come to prove it.
And the donuts were good.
And the donuts, we'll bring more donuts.
Yeah.
And we'll do more donuts tomorrow. So, thanks for watching, see you next time.